Hi everyone, today I'm going to set up my 2023 bullet journal. This year's design is going to be very minimalist because last year I focused more on aesthetics and it was very difficult for me to be consistent with it. I've realized that it's not something which works out for me, so this time I'm going to focus more on being efficient. But if you are someone who likes to be artsy with their journal, I'll link that video in the description box below. I hope you like the video and enjoy the whole process of me setting up my bullet journal. This year's theme is going to be leaves. Leaves are the easiest to draw and they look really pretty afterwards. For the cover pages, I'm going with golden and green leaf veils. I'm going to write a quote that will motivate me to achieve my goals that I have set up for myself on the left. Halfway through this design, I was doubting myself whether it looked good or not. But once I outlined everything, it all came together and I was really happy with how it turned out. Setting up your journal at the start of the year is great. It really motivates and inspires you to achieve your goals because you have all your resolutions planned out. I started journaling in June last year. It was my first time bullet journaling and I made a lot of mistakes. I'm going to rectify and learn from them this time. Last year, I spent a lot of time creating my monthly cover pages. I was stressed out about which theme to choose for each month, and then at the end I was so tired that I didn't do any of it. Hence this year I'm planning to stick with one single theme. At the same time, I'm not going to restrict myself and let myself be creative. On the next page, I'm creating a goals dump spread. This will be like a brain dump for my goals. I'm going to list all the goals that I want to achieve, be it personal or study related. Any particular topics or subjects I'm interested in, I'll write all that here and categorize it later on the next page, which is my goal spread. Here I'll be very particular and specific with my goals. For example, I write something like I will do yoga every day. I will learn three new things this year. Something similar to that. It doesn't have to be something big, it can be as simple as drinking 1 liter of water every day. The more specific you get, the more likely you will achieve it. The next page is for my achievements, which will include all the goals that I was able to achieve. At the end of the year, this page will be a great reminder of all the things that you are capable of doing, be it big or small. The next few pages are going to be my future log. This will consist of all the events, deadlines, important dates, prior commitments, anything important that you wish to see at a glance will go here. I decided to go with lotus leaves for these pages and wrote the name of the month inside the leaf. It turned out great and I wasn't even expecting it. It looks really pretty. These are some of my favorite pages in the journal. This year, I didn't have a concrete plan of how I want my journal to look like. I went with the flow and did what felt good. Turns out that is the absolute best thing you can do. No matter what, it will all come together at the end if you trust the process. Next pages are going to be for my highlight reel. This includes your top moments from the month. You can create a collage or just write. You can be creative here. I had done this last year as well, but I didn't go ahead and actually use it. I ended up not picking my top moments for any of the months. I don't know why, but I didn't. I got lazy. I hope I've filled these pages with my best moments from each month this year because it'd be a great way to look back and reminisce about all the wonderful moments at the end of the year. This is my watch list spread, which will include all the movies, TV shows, series, documentaries I've watched, and I'll be rating them out of 5 on the right hand side. Then comes my wish list spread, which will have 2 sections, one for my needs and one for my wants. Categorizing it this way helps me to get a clear picture of my essentials and requirements. It helps me to prioritize my needs and cuts down on unnecessary expenses. Period tracker spreads are the most fun to create. Not the best days of the month, but at least I get to enjoy journaling about it. This is a quote from The Office. Dwight says this. This is just a part of the full quote. I had written the same thing last year as well. On the right, I am making a small key to track my blood flow in heavy, regular, light, and spotting. The next few pages are going to consist of all the things that I want to do this year. To be more specific, I'm going to divide this into sections. First is going to be my learnings page. Here I will write all the courses and topics or subjects that I want to study. For my artwork page, I'm going to write down art ideas that I want to make. Next is a community service page, which is any cleanup drive that I participated in. I also went to paint a school last year, so all those things would be included in the community service section. Then I have my YouTube goals and business ideas. Reading list is my favorite part when I'm journaling. I have so many books on my TBR for this year and I cannot wait to read them. During COVID, I used to read one book after another, but as my college has started, I don't get as much time for reading. But I hope I make time this year and get to read good books. My first read of 2023 is actually a reread. I'm rereading The Hating Game while all the other unread books on my TBR are crying. You can't really blame me though. It's romance, it's enemies to lovers. I cannot not read it. This spread will act like my own small personal library. I write the name of the book and the author inside the outline of the book that I create, and then the month in which I read the book beside it. I'm going to leave the left hand side for any extra books that I read. On the right, I'm making a spread for my quarterly goals, the goals that I want to achieve within the next 3 months. This makes sure that I'm motivated and have a clear vision of where I want to be in the next few months. That's all for my yearly spreads. Coming on to my monthly cover page. I'm making the January calendar, which will include the events that I attended and my academic related activities. Halfway while making this, I realized that I miscalculated and ended up making extra square boxes. So to cover up my mistake, I'm going to stick another ruled page on top of that. I'm going to write my monthly TBR here. On the right, I've also made a small section for my monthly goals and plans. And as I made extra boxes, I'm just going to make similar leaf design at the end as well. At the first glance, you're not able to tell my mistake. Even if you see 3 extra empty boxes, just pretend that it's all fine, okay? Please. Thank you. Next, I'm going to track my sleep, stress and mood. I'll be using 3 different color pens for this, and at the end of the month it will look like a graph. On the next page, I'm going to track my habits by just putting a cross on the given day. I'll be tracking my expenses monthly this year. I had done this yearly last year and I realized that I'm no longer attending college online and I do have expenses for which one page is clearly not enough. I'm dividing this into sections: the date, the purchase, the type of purchase, where I got it from, and lastly the price. Last but not the least is my brain dump page, where I just dump everything that my brain tells me to. And here's a quick flip through the journal.